Hi everybody, it's been a while and I've been thinking about doing this video for a few days now, and I was debating how I wanted to do it because it covers a topic that's not a pleasant one, so and I want to try and do it tastefully and prevent any backlash, which you'll understand more when I get going. Anastasia did a video just recently actually dealing with this topic specifically, and this topic is a group of individuals that are known as TERFs, but I kind of want to kind of expand it a little further than that. A number of days ago, early last week, I seen a friend of mine commented on a article that was posted, and I read the article, and it could be taken very anti-transgender. It was a very heated article, depending on which side of the fence you sit on. My personal opinion about it is that there are some validity to it. How it's presented makes a difference, but there are some validity to it. Anyways, I ended up reading some of the comments underneath it, and as I read more and more, my heart starts sinking in that, and it's like, oh my goodness, like, a lot of them weren't very positive, so I ended up making a comment that I guess I'm sorry that you don't consider me a woman, and like, it wasn't anything really rude or anything like that, and I left it be. A couple individuals from this page that this article was on were very poignant on their opinions. One made a comment, and again, these aren't word for word, so that being a woman's not a costume, and I took that very offensively because I don't consider it a costume either. And then another one commented saying that I should blame nature for me being who I am, but don't expect like them to lie to me and pretend I'm something that I'm not, which is a woman. So again, like I said, it hurt me. So I responded, and I don't feel I responded aggressively or anything like that. More hurt than anything, trying to like explain why I feel the way I do, but they were having none of that. It became very forceful that obviously they see me as nothing more than a man, and I'll always be a man. Unfortunately, as time went on, more individuals got involved in this thread that had been created, and kind of following the same frame of mind that you're not a woman, you're a man, and you'll always be a man, and stop pretending that you're a woman. That kind of ideology behind it, and I was pretty upset by this time. I was hurt. I was like, that might be stupid of me, but that was what my reaction was, and Anastasia ended up asking me what was wrong, so I tried to explain to her kind of what had been going on. So she asked me to tag her in it, and I did that, and so she was able to read what was going on. So then Anastasia involved herself, and again, Anastasia came across very scientific, that, hey, you know, like, this is what's going on, and that's the funny thing is this idea of facts and science is starting to get thrown around now. Now, for me, facts and the truth are very subjective. Something that is considered a fact is only a fact if the person will acknowledge it's a fact. So, if someone will not acknowledge a fact that transgenders are what they say they are, then that's their truth. Now, that could be wrong, that could be right, that could be, there's a huge debate about that. And unfortunately, there's nothing you can really do to change that. People are going to believe what they want to believe, and that's okay to a certain extent. Um, we all have opinions. We all believe different things. Um, as an example, you have people that believe in the Bible very strongly, and every single word in it. And then you have, on the other side, people that don't believe a single word in it. Is the Christian or the believer wrong? Is the atheist wrong? Like, you know, depending on who you talk to and what that person's beliefs are and what they consider the truth and facts will dictate what side of the fence you'll fall on. So, unfortunately, with this situation, things start accelerating out of control. Anastasia became very protective of me. Again, we tried to stay respectful, and I'm sure as people that read the thread, as the thread would continue, we'd start getting a little more aggressive with what we're saying, because the individuals we were interacting with did not care. And it wasn't the fact that they didn't care, it was they were blatantly being disrespectful. Like, there was a number of them that would misgender me on purpose. There was horrible things that were said. Like, and this is the strange thing, is since I've come out, I've dealt with people of faith that are not very pro-transgender. There's right-wing conservatives that are not very pro-transgender, and so on and so forth. And I've crossed paths with a number of these individuals. But this particular situation, I never have been in something so, in my opinion, vile. And it was sad, because at a certain point in this conversation, one of the individuals that we were interacting with a lot, who was very poignant on what she believed and dismissed everything we were saying, I ended up saying to her, and I'm paraphrasing here, that she happens to be a black woman. So she's part of a minority already. So I said to her, I said, well, I hope that you as a black woman are treated with the same respect and compassion that you've shown me. And I was hoping that would get her to stop and think, like, maybe I can be a little kinder to this person. But then it blew up. And it was odd, because the page, the administrator of the page, whoever that is, because who knows, they hide behind the page, ended up taking a screenshot of that and then created another post on that page and misgendered me and completely disrespected me in it and twisted it into a racial thing, which I can't honestly say I'm surprised that's the way it went, but that's the way it went. So now we had two battlefronts we were dealing with. And now the second post, that was a direct attack at me, became very, very unpleasant to deal with. I can't wrap my mind around the vileness of people's words. And the sad thing about it was, like, I have no problems standing behind anything I say. Yet it starts seeming that some of these individuals weren't going to do that. That wasn't going to happen. So they would say stuff or insinuate things, but that never happened. We started seeing that comments that were made were no longer there. We also start seeing, like, the rudeness of the comments started increasing, but then it wasn't them that was doing it, it was us doing it. For example, a woman had commented, one of the comments, again, it's not word for word, was that Anastasia was a troll and she belonged on a bridge. It was really rude. It really, when I read it, it was like, oh my god, like, what the hell? I even commented underneath that, and I wasn't very nice about it. So, fine. She also had made a comment directed to me that I should choke on a dick. Now, these two things that happen, fast forward a little bit, these followers of this page, these individuals, TERFs, whatever you want to label them as, start accusing us of saying these things. Which was, oh my god, like, are you serious? Like, now you're not just attacking us and disregarding anything we're saying, plus disrespecting me in every way that you possibly can. You won't even acknowledge or take responsibility for the things you yourself or your other members or followers were saying. No, it was all us. It was, the situation was coming that things were getting twisted around. Like, we were told we were full of shit. We were told that that the things we were saying were the outright lies. That blah 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 blah. That's fine. At some point, one of these followers, took it upon themselves to drag our daughter into it. Making comments like our daughter has no chance because of who we are. I was just shocked that they would go to that. Like, I thought to myself, what's my daughter have anything to do with this? Right? Like, and that upset me and it upset Anastasia greatly. Like, why are you even suggesting our daughter's life or her well-being or the way she's going to be raised is going to be horrific, or even our daughter's going to turn out horribly? Like, later on another post, which I'll get to, someone made a comment on the effects that our daughter's mental capacity isn't going to be good because supposedly Anastasia's insane and crazy and delusional and stuff like that. So, like, the thing I can't understand is, why is that acceptable? That is obviously an attack towards our child. Why? We're all adults here. Like, that's almost like a schoolyard tactic kind of thing. So, when them happening is Anastasia did the video that addressed this TERF issue, and she was very poignant in what she said and did on it. And surprise, surprise, less than about half an hour after it was posted, this group, this page, centering women, took the link of it, put it on their page, and then a lot of the same individuals that we had dealt with previously began to start to make fun of her, criticize her, including the page administrator, and just acting. A lot of the comments were, for me, instead of expressing, hey, you know, this is what I think, blah blah blah, was more like a childish tactics of, oh look, if she's stupid and blah blah, like stuff you would expect on the schoolyard playground. And I'm like, oh my god, you know. And even here comes Harley. That's where that one comment came in, was on that link, on that little thread that they had created. And on top of that, that poor baby, that poor this, and like, I'm thinking, what the hell is wrong with you people? It's one thing to attack us. That's fine. But to drag our child into this, like, I can question the same thing with some of these individuals, especially the ones that said the more vile things. Like, what kind of environment are these children in? Heaven forbid if one of these children was transgender, like, right? Like, that insulted me. And it really began to frustrate me, because now my partner, my love, the woman that has stood by me, is being, like, completely disrespected, and my child is being disrespected, and there was nothing I could do about it. These people have free reign to do what they want and say whatever they wanted. Even some of them even went onto her YouTube page and started commenting on her video itself, saying, oh, you're full of shit, continuing this garbage there. I got into it a couple times with them, stating how I felt, what I thought, and now I'm at the point where I'm getting a little more aggressive with the choice of my words. And the whole time this is unfolding, is they kept saying that we're the perpetrators, we're the bad ones, we're the ones that's done all these things, which, no, we haven't. Unfortunately, we haven't. I've always been the type of girl that I will own what I've done. But the thing amongst that is they love to misgender me. They would call me her husband. They would call me this. They would call me this. I even had one person say that they felt sorry for Anastasia because I dragged them in with my narcissism and my fetish. I can honestly tell you, this is not a fetish. After everything I've gone through, the pain, the suffering, the social freaking persecution I went through, how the hell is that enjoyable? And as a side note, I haven't been intimate with my partner for, I think we're going on like 7 months now, because the idea of having a certain part still attached to me completely disgusts me. But again, these individuals do not care. They see me as a man trying to infringe on women's rights and infringe in their safe spaces and stuff like that. And the odd thing is some of their concerns that they express, I don't know if it's valid or it's just one of these tools that they use to stir the pot. I can understand where they're coming from. But they never got the chance to actually talk to me. They rather just chop me up. Now, we're at a time that things have calmed down. They've moved on to other people. And it's left me pondering all this. And it makes me really sad inside that how are we able to all coexist if we treat each other like this? Like I said, this is the most disturbing experience I have ever had, and I'm sure they're gonna love this. I'm absolutely sure they're gonna love this, and I'm sure after I'm done this video, they're gonna take it, put it on their page, and then begin, the group of them, pick me apart and make fun of me. Example, on Anastasia's YouTube page, there's a video in there she did for me to try to show me and show everybody how far I've come. It was done out of love and compassion. It meant a lot. They even made fun of that because I stuck my tongue out in some of the pictures. I don't understand that. So I know when I do this video, I'm guaranteed this is going to be a target for them. And I pray that anybody that is actually sitting there and watching this, before you jump onto the bandwagon that's already been established, I want one thing to be understood. You might not agree with my existence. You might not agree if I'm a woman or not, and that's fine. You have the right to that opinion. I'm not going to try and change it. I'm not going to try to swindle you or push my agenda on you or whatever. But I would like to have the right to exist. Believe it or not, all those words that were said hurt me. And I'm an actual human being. If you take all this freaking bullcrap of am I a girl, am I a boy, am I all this stuff, and take it out of the equation, I'm a freaking human being. I have feelings. I do not want to hurt nobody, and I do not want to treat anybody like garbage, and that's exactly how I was treated. And that makes me really sad, and I'm sure they're gonna enjoy this. This week was a very momentous week for me. I had some major things happen for me, major steps forward, and they all got overshadowed because of this situation. Now, hopefully, I can do another video so I can talk about these momentous steps, because they're very exciting. There's stuff I've been working towards. But, again, like I said, I'm at a loss of words, and I'm pretty sure that I'm going to be made fun of yet again. And it's a very sad thing that we've come to this point socially that when we don't agree with something, instead of having an adult conversation about it, or at least respectfully stay away from each other, we go to how can we destroy this person in the most efficient and vicious way we can. To all of you who said what you said and done what you done, I will stand by every single thing I've ever said and everything I've ever written. I would hope that you could too. So, those are my thoughts, and I'm sure that's going to open a can of crap soon, so I'm willing to deal with it and be made fun of yet again. So, I don't wish any ill on these people. I just wish that the anger that they have in their heart and the vileness that comes out of them could be changed to something more constructive. So, with that, my heart hangs very heavy, and I just gotta work through this experience and focus on what's important, is my life that I'm building and the people who do actually love me and actually do support me. So I wish everybody out there the best of luck, and I strongly suggest anybody that is definitely a transgender female or in the transgender community, be very cautious of what pages and groups you stumble upon, because I know these TERF groups are merciless. So be careful, do your research, and always be prepared. I wish everyone the best, and I will talk to you all again soon.